Hey there everyone, this is Just Phantom, and I wanted to do a video that was sort of related to my last video, where I was talking about body positivity. My body positive goal for the next coming year is to get healthier, both mentally and physically. I know a lot of people in the new year, what they'll do is they'll swear that they're gonna lose weight. I want to do this, but I feel like if I set an exact goal, it's gonna deter me if I don't get to that goal within the time I try to do it. So the better option is to do this gradually and continue to work on me. So I figured that I would address the elephant in the room, which is that people say, hey, to lose weight you need to have money. I personally think that's not true. I have done quite a few things that have helped me lose weight. I don't know if that'll help everyone, but this is something I've done, and I went from being like 300 pounds to pretty close to the lower 200s. So I think that this can help other people, along with which I have some tips for people who are low income or have food stamps. The first step is kind of a pretty easy one, I would say, and it's just stay hydrated. I don't know how many times I have had like the most ravenous hunger, and then it turned out that I wasn't hungry and that I just needed to drink water. I don't know what it is, but for some reason your body tricks you into wanting to eat and eat and eat when you're thirsty. So I would say that you should invest in a Brita filter and try to drink as much water as you can, but don't overdo it, because like if you overdo it, then you can actually lose salt in your body, which can screw with your appetite as well. Also, if you lose too much salt in your body, then you can pass out, like bad things can happen. So for me, I eat a lot of meals that are rich in fiber and do contain a bit of water on their own. So I generally go for around 6 cups of water. So like go for like the 8-ounce cups and just have like 6 of those, and then have whatever veggies you're gonna have. Or, I mean, I guess if you want to, you can do the 8 cups of water and then just put into consideration that when you make your meals. For all the people who say that they can't make their own meals ahead of time, or they can't make meals once they get home, that's strange to me. Because the thing is you say you guys are poor, which means if you are like not able to spend time actually making your own meals, where do you get your food from? It costs a lot more going to McDonald's or Burger King or Taco Bell than it does just going to the grocery store and picking up your own food, or ordering your food and having it sent to your home. The average meal, at least here in New York, if you go to any of these places, are around $7. Why would I spend $7 on a tiny little thing of like a soda and some chicken nuggets when I can go to the supermarket, get my own chicken, and bread it however I feel like it? However, if this really is an issue for you, like you get home and you're just so exhausted from working all day that you just don't want to go to the supermarket, and you don't want to be deterred from eating right, but you also don't want to just go and to the supermarket, have to deal with a whole bunch of people, and then after that just be like having to make your own food. So this is an option I think that can help, and I know that some people might still not be into it because there is the whole, is it ethical to buy from Amazon? And that is, buy your stuff on Amazon. Here's a fun fact about buying stuff on Amazon. So if you are somebody who receives food stamps, your Amazon Prime subscription will actually be cheaper. I would say check that out. If you do have food stamps, just do it. Just do it. You save some money. You don't have to go to the grocery store. Your stuff will be brought to you, and you just reap in the rewards of being able to use your food stamps online. Another online shopping option would be Instacart. If you have an Aldi store near you, Instacart actually takes food stamps for any of the Aldi stores that's nearby, which is great for me because I have an intolerance to gluten, and it's awesome to be able to find healthy alternatives that are also gluten-free. Another alternative for buying from any of these online stores would actually be to buy things in bulk. So what do I mean? Basically buy from big box stores. I know there are people who are going to say it's not ethical, it doesn't give businesses in the area a fair chance. I know that is something that New York City has actually fought about, because there were people who wanted a Walmart over here, and like a bunch of people were like, nope, it's gonna kill the businesses over here. And I get that. but I feel like if you're in a financial bind, this probably would help you out. So buying stuff in bulk really does help, especially considering a lot of these big box stores carry large things of vegetables. And I know that the big complaint about buying vegetables is that it's expensive, but it doesn't have to be expensive. You can buy from these big box stores, spend like maybe between, I don't know, like roughly around $12 to $15, and just get these huge bags of veggies, like these giant bags of vegetables that you can store in your freezer, and then you can have them at any time. You can put them into soups, you can put them for like a little bit, cook them for a little bit, have them for dinner, and like it's a dinner in no time. Just in no time. You're just like, you make a little bit of fish or a little bit of chicken, and then you put that, and you just like, oh, and don't get me started how these big box stores have so much, like, if you were to buy a specific type of meat, you can get like a ton of it at these places. Like, oh my god, it's just so much. And the thing is like, a lot of people, they don't like eating specific things over and over and over again, and I get that. So if you want to, you can do a mixture of these things. You can get some things from Amazon, some things from Instacart, and then you can buy a whole bunch of stuff. Like, this is literally what I do every month. My food stamps budget is like $200, which is nothing basically in New York. Like, the food here is so expensive, it's ridiculous. So buying these things on Instacart, Amazon, and all these other services really do help. In my particular area, there's Costco and BJ's. We don't have Sam's Club, and we don't have Walmart, which, I mean, I kind of wish we had Walmart, because Walmart, you know, I would say is the queen when it comes to getting stuff. But like, if you have a Walmart by you, take advantage of that, because you can get good produce there. No problem. Also, you can get eggs. Eggs are a great source of protein. They'll fill you up. They'll stop the cravings, the ravenous cravings, where you want to jump on top of somebody. Get an egg. Good source of protein. If you're a vegan, then I would say maybe, you know, stock up on those veggie burgers that they sell at Costco. Like, you know which ones I'm talking about. They're the nice tasting ones. The ones that, they look a little weird when you cook them, but they taste really good. They're also kind of spicy, I noticed. I think it's whatever they're putting into the black bean stuff. But, oh my god, I love them. If you stock up on your food ahead of time, then it won't be an issue how long it takes, because you already have all your food there. Just take it, cook it. Take it, cook it. It's great. So I told you some options when it comes to buying food, but then there's the whole keeping track of everything. This is something I did when I first started my weight loss journey, and I don't know if this is going to help everyone or trigger something for some people. So I would say the next part, if you have a restrictive ED, this probably wouldn't be good for you, but I figure like it's a good thing to include for people who are trying to lose weight. So when I first started trying to lose weight, I didn't really know how much I was consuming, so I didn't really start dieting right away. What I did was I got this book out, and then I just kept track of the calories in each one of the meals that I ate. Yet again, this is before I decided on changing up how I eat. This is when I realized that I was eating pretty close to like 3,000 calories per day. So for someone that's my height, that's not great. It was between 3,000 to 4,000 depending on what I ate. Also, liquid calories really do add up to a lot. So those healthy smoothies that you assumed were healthy, not so healthy if you have a lot of them and they're just riddled with like tons of berries and stuff, because like if you don't keep track of that, that can be just as unhealthy as eating a bag of sugar. Also, I noticed that you get a little discouraged if you just start dropping the calories automatically. Depending on the reason why you overeat, you really want to be careful with that. So if you did do what I said and you tracked how much you were eating throughout like a week or 2 weeks and just got a, you know, exact number, then the best option would be to take that number and then take a little bit off every week. What I think this does is it gets your body acquainted with trying to cope with things without overeating, and possibly if you have a food addiction, it basically sort of just weans you off of eating like a large amount of food. So it's not a shock, Because I think that that's the thing that makes people not want to continue doing dieting, because what happens is their body gets like, oh my god, what's going on? So what you want to do is just do this gradually, because over time, your body will become more adjusted to eating less calories. What I did when I first started is I considered my activity, my biological sex, and age, and then went from there how many calories I should be consuming. So to make this less confusing, I looked up my biological sex, my age, and my activity, put that into consideration, then tracked how many calories I eat during the past 2 weeks. I did 2 weeks just to be safe. Then I figured out the number I was eating was kind of a high number. So what I did was I gradually, went down from calories till I got to 2,200, which was the recommended amount of calories for a woman who's in her early 30s and is moderately active. I also really couldn't afford going to a gym or having a home gym, because I know some people, they buy like gym equipment and they work out from their house. So what I did as an equivalent to that is just did like very basic exercises. First, I started off with stretching, doing some yoga, just overall trying to be limber, because when you are someone who's larger, you're not that flexible, you're not that bendy, and you can get tired pretty easily. And if you get tired, that's discouraging, and that won't make you want to do more. So what I did was I followed along with different dance things that I saw online, and like these dance routines really did help, because like it got me happy and excited about exercising rather than being exhausted and frustrated. Then the next thing I did was I took a walk around my local cemetery. I mean, the inner goth in me was just like, oh, beautiful. But I mean, if you want to do something that's less goth, then I would say try your local park. Take a walk around the park, have some fun, look at some dogs, look at some cats, look at some squirrels. Just overall, just have a blast, because the best type of exercise is the ones that you're really into. I think I'm going to end this here. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Like, comment, and subscribe for more wonderful, weird, body positive, and fun content. And I will see you in the next one. Peace. Goodbye. Mwah.